Jazz, can you hear me? Okay. I'm gonna mute myself. Hold on for a second. All right, are you ready? Okay, we're going to live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oops, wait.
Finish a count.
I said 3, 1, but I had to switch back from the thingy because yeah, I'm figuring it out. Hello everyone. I'm sorry, I know we're so late. I actually ended up starting the thing at 8. Ooh, why can't I only kind of hear myself? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I said I was going to start at 8, but then I ended up having to start later than that because I had technical difficulties, guys. So, you know, Susan, she's still a hater in 2024. That's sad. We want you to do better,
she
Susan.
Doesn't work here.
You know what? She's lurking behind the scenes. That's what CEOs always say. They step down, but in reality, they're still there. They're still making money. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm already freaking out because I feel like there's a bit of a lag. Do you see that? Do you feel a lag?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when I
mean, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no. Like, when I speak, it seems like it's lagging.
Not really.
Oh, okay. Good. That's great. I was gonna cry, so that's good.
I mean, it's a little behind on on YouTube.
Oh, I did that. That's yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
usually.
Oh,
so you did that on purpose. Okay.
Yeah, I forget why, but I remember that setting being like a thing or something. It shouldn't be that laggy. How laggy is it? Like how behind? Because I know it's a little behind, but it shouldn't be really behind because then that interferes. Oh, God, that interferes with like the questions, like getting questions and stuff.
You just said I forget why.
Okay, that's fine. That's a decent line. All right, y'all. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 34th and Crenshaw, where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your friend. You only have one friend, and I only have one friend, and she's here with me today. Jazz, how are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
What's new?
I don't know. I spent the weekend and I watched like 2 like classic comedies because I've been meaning to for years. Airplane and what's it called? Animal House. Airplane was good. Animal House did not age well.
Ooh, wait, what is it? Is that like a party? One of those like
It's like the original like college frat party movie. It's like I don't know if you know John Belushi.
With the
from like SNL. Like Jim Belushi's brother.
I don't think they're the ones with the eyes though. They have like the sleepy Eyes. Oh, okay. Blues Brothers. Yeah.
So he was like one of the characters. I always remember he was like one of the main ones. Kevin Bacon was randomly in it.
That
too as well. And he was like, he was so young.
It is really like weird seeing actors that you only ever like known as old when they're actually young. Like you have to go back. I remember like Betty White. You have to go back eons to find like. I mean, in a good way. I mean, rest in peace. But yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a young Kevin Bacon. I'm sure he was gorgeous.
Yeah, he was alright. He looked like a little baby. He looked like somebody who was just joining college, which I guess fit his character because I think he was a freshman.
Oh, that's cute.
But yeah,
I have to see that.
It just didn't age that well though.
Dang!
I was telling my dad, and he was like, "No, he didn't." No, I'm not saying Kevin Bacon. I'm saying the movie. Imagine.
Oh, I was like,
Kevin Bacon's fine, but he's fine.
Why is Kevin Bacon catching strays? He's did you see that like he did a little cover of Beyonce's I think it was 16 Karat. No, Texas Hold'em.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a Beyonce stan. He did a cover of one of their songs on Renaissance too, and then he did one for this as well. So I was like, okay, you better watch out, Jay-Z.
Sometimes I forget. Like, wasn't he like he was in Footloose, right?
I thought that was John Travolta.
No, it's Kevin Bacon.
Wait, what is
John Travolta did Grease?
Ah, okay, yeah. That is not the same thing. That's surprising.
No, 2 different decades.
What? I thought it was both 50s.
Oh, like I mean, I think when the movie came out. I mean.
Oh, okay. Is John
Footloose was 80s?
Who's older, John Travolta? Or...
John Travolta, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, dang. After a certain age, I'm just like, we're all the same age. Like, honestly.
They might be the same age, actually. No, I think John Travolta's older. Because he was doing stuff like in the 70s, and he was like a adult. And I feel like Kevin Bacon was in Animal House, and that was 78, and he was like a just 20-year-old, it looked like.
Oh. Well, like I said, all these guys are just, like, if you were already old when I was born, I'm just like, all right, you're just part of this older generation. I
guess Grease was 70. Wow. Whoa. Who knew?
Listen, I know
He's 70 years old.
John Travolta?
Yeah.
You know, I don't even... Time-space continuum is not real. Time-space continuum is not real because that's insane to me.
I used to have a crush on him.
John Travolta?
Oh, yeah. Like, have you ever seen Look Who's Talking?
No. Oh, by Boa? A song.
With, it was John Travolta and, Kirstie Alley. And it was like, she got pregnant and she had like a baby and the baby could talk. Well, he talked, but like, the people couldn't hear him. Like,
okay. Like Stewie.
It was just, yeah, basically that. And it was pretty funny. I used to watch that a lot. Look Who's Talking, Look Who's Talking Too. Was like the dogs were talking as well. Wait. Okay. Was that the third one? I think the second one, he got a little sister.
That could talk?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like they would talk to each other.
The 2 babies?
Yeah.
That no one understood them?
Yeah, no.
Oh, interesting.
And then in the third one, I think it was a Christmas one with dogs, and the dogs could understand the babies. I need to watch that one.
Okay, again. Giving very Spike and Tommy Pickles, the original. Okay.
Basically.
Kind of plagiarism, though. So
Stewie and Brian, if you will.
Oh, I guess that's true. Maybe that's what they were like. He was genuinely Seth, whatever his name is, was genuinely inspired.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, perhaps. Or maybe we should sue him for plagiarism.
It's a classic, in my opinion.
Well, then I guess that does make sense. I feel like people are always like inadvertently pulling from classics, like not Snail House, Salt Bay. What is that shit called? Salter Matter?
Salt Bay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Saltburn, yeah.
Yeah, Saltburn. Apparently it done ripped the whole plot from Talented Mr. Ripley or whatever.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I also watched that movie and forgot. I watched both movies and didn't even link it.
Honestly, I never watched The Talented Mr. Ripley. 3 video essays told me I should be angry about the fact that it ripped off. So I'm going to listen to those video essays. But jumping into the chat, hello everyone and welcome to the Sleepy Idol. Hello Leanne, best mod. Hello Esther and hello Taisha. Today we have a full list of things to do and talk about. But first I wanted to talk about Jazz's fave. Actually, I don't even know. Is he your fave? I'm not even sure. I feel like you're always scared. Yeah, I was gonna say you're always on edge because that's usually followed by something slanderous. But I mean it as like a yeah.
It's like now I gotta look at the list again.
I wanted to bring up the fact that Taeyong. Sorry, I'm typing the thingy now. Taeyong is going to jail, y'all. He is going to the trenches, y'all. He is going to the army. So yes, earlier this week we heard from the source themselves. I think SM posted this. Maybe they didn't post it. I don't know. But SM confirmed. Yes, they confirmed on March 18th that Taeyong was going to the army. Oh, he was enlisting in the Navy as an active duty soldier starting April 15th. So barely a month. Is there a reason? Is it me or is it always like, hey y'all, what's good? I'm going to the army in 3 days. Like it's why is it always so, why do you think it's always so like last minute? Like that's so weird.
Maybe to like pull the band-aid.
But like, oh, I guess that's true. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like, for example, like wouldn't they want to like prepare some stuff? Like, you know, like give fans a chance to like prepare projects and things like that. It just always seems like it's 2 seconds.
I feel like it depends on the person too.
What do you remember?
Like I feel like Dio just like left.
He was like,
hey, I'm just leaving. Bye.
You're not getting a peep from me, a word from me. I'm bouncing. But I feel like, and then
Soohyun, he did a whole thing though.
How long did we know from when he was actually gonna like time? Because I think you can technically in a month fit some stuff before you actually go. But like in terms of like people actually knowing, just in case like fans want to put together anything, like was his long?
I don't know.
Okay, like I don't know. Like I feel like people know it's coming because Taeyong actually. Isn't it the 1994 girly pops have to enlist this year? And
I thought it was 95. Oh, I thought last year was 94.
Okay, is it 28 or 30?
That's why S-Coops, Taeyong, what?
Oh, yeah. Okay, is it 28 or is it 30 you have to go? I'm so confused now.
It still feels like 30.
I know.
Or not 30. Oh, yeah, 30.
I thought it was like BTS got 30 because they got that award that granted them an extension, but then for everyone else it was 28. But I think maybe it changed because yeah, he would be 29, but like maybe that's still not 28. Yeah. Oh my god, he's 29 this year. Girl, what is time? But yeah,
an illusion.
A social construct. But yeah, Leanne says in terms of why celebrities might announce their enlistment later, maybe so that fans have a chance to mob the celebrity on their enlist, or don't have a chance to mob their celebrity or a celebrity on their enlistment date. That would make sense.
Yeah.
So they don't like, you know, literally steal them, try to like steal them away from me. I could see that. I honestly could see that.
I'm so delusional. Sorry.
Remember that
what do you do with them afterwards?
I don't
know. I'm protecting you. You don't have to go to the Navy.
They're like down for it. They're like, yeah, I'm being kidnapped. Like, I wanted to go so bad. What's going on? But yeah, this kind of gagged me because I was a little bit gobsmacked at the idea that NCT, baby N. Sorry about that. I kind of just jumped right in, but I was like, ooh, what's going on? Hi guys. Sorry about that. My I think there's something wrong with my PC, but I don't want to think about it too much because I might melt my brain. But we are back. Hopefully everyone can see us and hear us. If not, let us know. But I will proceed as though you can see us and you can hear us. Jess, is it look good on your end? Oh, you don't see anything. Yeah. My bad.
Oh, I can't see on, but I can see on YouTube.
Hopefully. Hope that helps. No, I'm just kidding. That is like my favorite like sassy term, like somebody just doing something obvious and be like, hope that helps. Okay, Leanne says we're back. All right, so hopefully that wasn't too awkward and everyone is seeing it back. But I think we were talking about Taeyong. I was saying I was gagged beyond belief because it dawned on me that, you know, NCT is now the age where people are going to the army, and Taeyong being the first one. How do you think? Because this was literally what NCT was made for, no? The reason why they're huge as hell, they have 82, you know, different subunits, and people join, and all of a sudden you know new faces, is because when people start needing to leave and go to the army, you have a bunch of people that you can look to. So do you think that now that the our members are starting to go to the army, that will affect NCT's popularity at all?
No.
Because you don't think they're popular?
I do think they're popular. It's just, I just think, I don't know. Some of them are really young, so it's gonna be a while before they have to go.
That is so true.
And also, some of them don't have to go, like Johnny.
Oh no, Johnny's renouncing his American citizenship. They're both Mark is announcing his Canadian citizenship. A la Taecyeon. See, Taecyeon did it in the way that the girls never do it. It's like, I'm so confused. What? Okay, never mind. Because I don't want 2 p.m. fans to come for me. But anyway, what were you saying?
I feel like that was it. It's just that I feel like they have like enough people that don't have to go, like 10 as well. Wavy doesn't have to go at all.
Dang. They might make Lucas go. Lucas could
Well,
go to repair his image.
He's already coming back. He already has like teasers.
For real?
Yeah. You haven't seen them? I wasn't joking when I said that he was coming back.
I thought you were just... Well, I knew he had that 3-part documentary.
No. They like released like a picture and like, I forgot what, I don't know.
I'm interested to see how this is going to be received. Is it just going to be his fans standing, or are the girls going to come crawling back because he's handsome? It's like, we talked about this last time. I'm still not very clear on what was true and what was not out of what he was accused of. So I think that's to their, like, they did that on purpose because they were like, oh,
yeah, that's true.
Did I do anything? But interesting. Are you sad? Are you sad for the return of Lucas?
Sad?
No, you're happy. Like, are you sad? Are you ready to receive what he's gonna put out?
I'll listen to it. I was never a Lucas fan like you were.
No.
Just saying.
What was that thing? Somebody hit the lights when he was a whole 12 counts. I said,
I was saying this from day one that I was like, what does he provide? I've been consistent. So I'm like, I'm going to listen because I want to know what he's going to do. Like, is he going to sing? Is he going to rap? Is he going to dance?
He might have been
He's going to do all three.
Honing those vocals low key. Because honestly, somebody could probably find this clip of me like slandering Kai when it was announced he was going to have a solo. I was like, okay, are they gonna record his footsteps like tapping? Stop. Is that because I don't know, you know, I already got catfished during the Mama, you know, song, so I did not want to get re-catfished. But then he ate secretly, so maybe he was working with, you know, a world-renowned vocal coach, and he's about to give us a gospel album.
I've never heard Lucas sing at all, so like at least Kai, I've heard him sing, and I was like, there's potential for something.
Catfish. Like, you were thinking of that catfish thing where they mix his voice with Drew Seeley.
And stop. But I would say, like, when he was singing in History, I remember being like, ooh, yeah. That's it. I was like, whoever that is, and he's good looking. And then he never sang again until like 3 years later, I feel like.
He felt guilty about what he did. He was like, they're out here thinking I sound like that. But
they mixed me with Baekhyun and called it a day.
Baekhyun and Drew Seeley. No. That was out of control. Wait, can we go through the groups that were just like, how are they this old? Stray Kids seems like a baby group to me. Twice is about...
They are a baby.
6 years is not baby.
Oh, well, I mean their ages.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're babies.
But like group wise, I feel like, yeah, I'm recently getting repeatedly gagged because all these groups are secretly like they're like, when I came into K-pop, the older groups were like Super Junior, no, like TVXQ, But now
Yeah.
freaking Twice is about to be a 10-year group. Red Velvet is a 10-year group. Stray Kids is... Honestly, I was a smidge gagged earlier this year when it was revealed that Karina was dating that actor. And they were like, oh, yeah, like 3 years. No, because you were like comparing it. You were like, oh, well, Jenny and Kai was exposed 3 years into Blackpink's career. So I feel like... And I was like, wait... What do you mean? aespa debuted yesterday. So
yeah.
What are you talking about? So
I'm telling you, quarantine stole those years. So they really did.
They really did. I'm so sad about that. Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
I think that's why like all the idols that are my age, when they're like, oh, whatever turns 29, I'm like, wait, how? And I'm like, wait, no, that actually checks out. And then I get sick to my stomach.
Oh no.
But yeah. That gagged me. So yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I kept like NCT is really, where would you say NCT I feel like we did this before, but falls on the current boy group hierarchy? Because I feel like there's so many boy groups that are just huge within themselves. Like whatever the public thinks about them is irrelevant because they're selling out stadiums regardless. But would you say that like they're like there's like a huge bubble to burst there, or it's just kind of like a consistent, like, you know, NCT, everyone's always like looking at what NCT does. Maybe they're not like BTS or whatever, but like, you know, they're popular. How popular would you say they are? Do you think they're more popular than Rap Monster?
I will not be answering that. But it depends on the group. Because I think NCT Dream is the most popular.
Wow, really?
Because they're always charting. Compared to, like, I don't think I've ever seen NCT 127 chart.
NCT 127ers, she's coming for you.
But not as high as NCT Dream. Like, NCT Dream did Candy, and they were, like, #1, I feel like, for a while last year. On Melon? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got, like, at least in the top 10, I think.
Ooh, wow.
Maybe not #1, maybe 2, but, like, they were high up.
Dang. How the turbs, why am I losing my mind? The turntables or whatever.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say their fandom name. I was like, you were way off.
What's their fandom name?
NC Citizens or something? N Citizens?
N Citizens. Wait?
Yeah. N Citizens?
Like I will never know, y'all. I just will never know. I'm sorry.
I just say N Citizens.
Let's see. Taisha says, oops, my thing is not connected. Let me pull this up. But Taisha says, I hated the way those people reacted to Karina's dating rumor, because what the heck? The people who were saying that.
It was way worse.
Yeah, I was going to say, I literally asked you during our last thing, like, oh, do you think it's bad? Literally, as soon as we filmed that, she apologizes. I was like, is it really that serious?
It's not that serious. It was not that serious. And yet.
Do you think her apologizing was like overkill, or do you think for how crazy people are being, it was actually like an appropriate response?
I mean, I think it was overkill, but like I also don't know like how crazy it really was. So I feel maybe it wasn't. Like I think anytime you apologize for being in a relationship that's a normal relationship is overkill.
That's true.
Because it's like, who are you apologizing to and for why?
That's true.
Like, who are you hurting? Because it shouldn't be anybody. Unless, like, he beat up somebody's mom and then you're dating him or something. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe he beat up a lot of people's moms. They're like,
specifically their moms. Well, a monster. No, I thought that was really, really weird. Yeah, I feel like at some point you kind of have to put your foot down. Because I think there was like this interesting notion I saw where somebody was like, yeah, when it comes to like a YouTuber, like you kind of cultivate the audience you cultivate the kind of audience you have. So if you bend to silly things, then people will realize, oh, you will listen to us if we like, remember when Valkyrie said like no cap on a stack for real, and she apologized for that made me want to carve my eyes out. But it was like stupid, but it was also like, I'm sorry to say this because I don't want to victim blame, but you kind of like, by apologizing for that, now anytime you do something that's like even
You're expecting it.
Yeah, exactly. And they're gonna demand it because you're cultivating a group of people that are like, if we say anything, they'll like apologize. So that's why I was really taken aback, because I was like, it's almost like you're agreeing that you dating somebody was wrong by apologizing.
Yeah.
Even if you're just apologizing for shocking your fans or something like that. The crazies that are like, why are you dating? Like, you should be focusing on blah, blah, blah. They're going to be like, yeah, we're right. Because she even apologized. And I feel like that's really toxic. Like, you need to be like, that's the thing. As much as people slay YG, the one thing that they got right, I think, since the beginning is that when somebody was caught dating something, they'll be like, girl, we check in, but they ain't telling. Like, they would literally just be like, I don't know. Like, Kiko and G-Dragon dated for 45 years. We literally had pictures of their wedding, and they were just like, well, that's our artist. I don't know, girl. Like I swear to this day, the only people they actually confirmed was Taeyang and Min Hyeri, who is his wife. And they literally have a child. Everyone else was like, but yeah.
And isn't that when he was on the Black Label, or no? Was it before?
I'm actually not sure. I know they probably started dating when he was still under YG, but yeah. But it's really a mess. Yeah. Taisha was like, I understand why the dating was implemented, because an idol girlfriend killed him. Wait, what? Wait, what? I can understand why they... I killed like their career, but I definitely think 2024 people have to build a bridge and get over it. But I mean, I definitely like, yeah, when you're early on, I do think it does, like, the more maybe delusional fans, maybe younger fans, it might like deter them. But I think, yeah, in 2024, let's build a bridge and get over it.
Yeah.
MS. Yeah, so shout outs to Taeyang, and moving on to the next topic. So for the next topic, I don't even know, y'all. The girls are fighting for some reason over the man in the middle. It's like, let me not do that. He's actually cute. Let me not. Well, his behavior wasn't cute during this whole entire saga. But yeah, just as a rundown, honestly, this is messy as hell. And I remember when I was reading about this, there's a comment where somebody was like, why do we know this much about these people's lives?
I think that all the time for a lot of people. Karina as well. I'm like, why am I in here? Who invited me here?
It's so
like,
true.
I just opened it and here I am. And I know too much.
That's true. Especially with dating scandal, like when it's just dating scandal, oh, they met at whatever and they're seeing each other fondly. I'm like, girl, okay. I think what made this one a little juicy, quote unquote, is that there was potential infidelity, which is why people are like, ooh. But, you know, it ended up potentially not being infidelity. So now it just becomes, we're in these people's business, which is, you know, I hate how I named this, but sorry, y'all. I'm doing this on the fly. All right. So as you guys know, there has been somewhat of a scandal, love triangle, quote unquote, between former Girls' Day member / actress Hyeri, actress Han Sohee, and actor Ryu Jun Yeol. Okay. So as it stands, or as it was, it all started when... Actually, I literally explained this to Jasmine, so this is so funny. So Hyeri and Ryu Jun Yeol had been dating for about 7 years. They met on the set of Reply 1988, which was a huge hit, and people were gagged and gooped when they realized that they were dating in real life. It was very cute Cinderella story. This happened in 2016. So they dated for 7 years, and actually very recently, in November of 2023, they revealed that they had broken up. So people were like, oh no, sucks. But it seems decently amicable, because, you know, they still followed each other on Instagram. You know, it was not like bad mouthing, blah, blah, blah. So the issue starts when there's rumors that start spreading that Han So-hee and Jun Yeol were caught in Hawaii, like dating. And this was like very close to the breakup time, suspected timeline wise. It was very close to him and Hyeri breaking up. So there was speculation that they were both together, and there might have been like, ooh, some type of uncomfortably close crossover between when him and Hyeri split and him and Han So-hee started dating, right? So when these rumors started taking off, it kind of got refueled or even fueled even more, because essentially Hyeri, so like I said, they were caught in Hawaii, right? And that was like what people were saying. And so she posts to her Instagram a picture of what seems like Hawaii. You know, she was being a bit messy. And there we go. What seems like Hawaii, and not this picture. There we go. What seems like Hawaii, and in the caption she captions it funny, right? So a lot of people immediately were like, ooh, this is in relation to the rumors that Han So-hee and Junyo were dating. And people are like, oh, is this proof that there actually was infidelity? Like, what's going on, right? So Han So-hee starts getting a lot of hate because people are saying, you homewrecker. Not to mention, you know, people thought she was for the girls. So why is she stepping out with this random ass man? Who knows? And so she posts to her Instagram story. I love Instagram mess. I haven't, you know, got to talk about a nice messy Instagram moment in a while, so shout outs to them. She posted a picture of this dog, basically saying that, you know, she's not into people that are dating people or seeing people, like she's not that kind of person. And she wraps up the post by saying, I also think it's funny. So a lot of people immediately were like, ooh, Hyeri said it was funny. Now she's saying she also thinks it's funny. This is a direct, you know, attack or response to Hyeri's post. And also, to what people demise by the post is that she's saying that they're not dating. Unfortunately, they got gagged a bit because pictures dropped of them in Hawaii, so it became very evident that they actually were dating. And then I think Hyeri apologized for her post, but then Han So-hee also apologized for her post, basically admitting to dating Junyo, and saying that, you know, what she did was kind of messy, and apologizing for it, saying she was going to apologize to Hyeri IRL, and, you know, basically just saying, you know, this was messy for no reason, but she apologizes, but they are dating. And then Junyo, he's just like, hey, y'all remember me? Yeah, we are dating. Okay, bye. And then never speaks in again. But because of this whole ordeal, Han So-hee has been catching a lot of slack. It's been a hit to her image in some people's eyes, just because, you know, she was for the girls type image. Like, a lot of people are like, that's my girly pop, a girl's girl. And now people are like, she was acting wild and crazy and out of character over a man and I think a lot of people are also disappointed in Junyo, because he kind of was like quiet this whole time, and he kind of let the girls fight, and then he only spoke when he like needed to. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that this might tarnish Han So-hee's image. Now, Jasmine, as somebody who is hearing this story brand new, what is your opinion on how Han So-hee is looking in this situation? Do you think she's doing too much, or do you think people are just being kind of like, okay, she made a mistake, why are we so mad at her for this?
Like, did she make a mistake?
I would say her only mistake was because, okay, I think this picture was what a lot of people got mad at, and she actually ended up deleting it from her story. But I think it was the idea that she was being so loud about not dating somebody. And to be fair, she was just kind of defending herself. I'm not dating anyone who's also dating somebody. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not a cheater. I'm not a homewrecker or whatever. And in her, subsequent statement that was more, detailed, she did say, or she did clear her name, be like, from what I discern, the timeline does not overlap. He was already broken up with her before we even were like interested, or before we decided to start a relationship. So don't come for me unless I sent for you. But I think this was such a like very sassy statement, because it was clearly directed at Hyeri, and it was, a lot of people interpreted it as, oh, I'm not dating this man, so shut the hell up. And then it turned out she actually was. So
I guess maybe she could have worded it nicer or better. But I get why she wanted to respond, because it did make her look bad. So it's like, was she supposed to just sit there and be like, yeah, it's funny, I was dating her, your once boyfriend, at the same time as you? Because it seems like that's what you're fueling.
That's true. I will say she did look messy, and I do think it's specifically because the image she had as like a girl's girl type, girl power type. This just seems like, oh, she's messy over a man, like that kind of thing. But I'm not saying to blame Hyeri, but I do think, like you said, if this was all just to defend herself at the alleged, accusation that she was home wrecking or stole somebody's man, I feel like what Hyeri did was messier.
Yeah.
And especially if it all culminated, because I think somebody's mentioning in the chat, Dispatch for some reason went out of their way to like clarify the timelines and be like, no, their timelines of getting together did not overlap, y'all need to calm down or whatever, and clarify that it wasn't cheating. It was just, I think they're calling it love transit or something, I don't even know, but like
that makes it sound worse. Why don't they give it a word? Just say it doesn't match and then move on.
That's so true. But I do think if Hyeri wasn't sure of what, because I think that was what like kind of fueled the cheating rumors, that because she put this post that allegedly was in response to the dating rumors and the whole Hawaii thing, a lot of people were like, oh, that's our girl, she did cheat, because look, Hyeri's being scorned, she's being the scorned woman, she's doing this shady post, so let's get her. So I actually think out of everyone's, Hyeri's post was out of pocket. Now, if with what she knew, she actually thought that was the case, I can see where she's coming from. But like, yeah, I agree with you. Like, if people are accusing me of being a homewrecker, maybe I wouldn't have been that shady, and been like, I think it's funny too, bitch. How about you drop the Addy and we think it's funny together? Like, but like, I wouldn't have just said that.
Sit down and take it.
Exactly. But I would clarify, hey, I think she probably maybe should have been honest, been like, hey, I am dating this person, but just so you know, I did not get in a relationship with somebody who also was in a relationship. There was also like this thing where she had gone and met him. He had opened an art exhibit shortly after breaking up, or maybe around the time he broke up with Hyeri, and she had attended. And so a lot of people were like, ooh, that's where she seduced him and stuff like that. And so she had to clarify. It was a lot of people, because I also wanted to say, when Hyeri posted the it's funny post, she also unfollowed Junyo. Like that, she was following him, and around that same time she unfollowed. So again, I feel like that fueled a lot of people being like, all right, we got him. Now, it is curious that people were dragging her, seems more, than Junyo, but, I'll just let bygones be bygones. But, yeah.
Well, I will say, if she caused it, all she had to say was nothing.
Ooh.
That's what Junyo was doing.
And let's talk about Mr. Junyo. He said, no. He said, mm-mm. Like, I don't know. It's giving Hanso-hee, if you break up with because he was letting you flounder, girl. Like, what's going on?
Well, maybe he couldn't say anything. Maybe his management's like, shut up. Don't even get involved.
We don't do management that. Should have did the same. Well, we checked, and he's 30, a cute 37. I think Hanso-hee is like 30, and I think Hyeri's 31. So he is the uncle in this whole entire situation. So he should have been like, no, I need you to call it off, or whatever. That's my trouble.
No, people. Let's be smart and call it off.
Exactly. Like, it just.
But maybe he's just so old. Oh, okay. I don't want to say he's old. Maybe he's just like so like detached from like social media that he didn't even realize this stuff was going down.
That's. Oh, you think so? Oh, you think he didn't even know? I was gonna say I thought he knew. He was like, I've been through this rodeo. Let me just keep my mouth shut.
It could be either one.
Dang.
Does he have an Instagram?
I don't know. Actually, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Korean actor. He probably has one. But I do think it's interesting that like he only his agency only confirmed after Hanso-hee confirmed in her letter to the masses about this whole situation. So really, like, he did not want to say anything until he had to, essentially, which I also find very interesting.
Oh, because they just started dating. Ooh, he's probably like, why are we doing this?
He's like, I'm just gonna break up with you.
Has already exposed Karina and what's his name for dating for like 1 nanosecond. No. Like, I don't need this right now. Like, I just got out of a relationship. I'm just doing this thing, seeing where it goes.
That's true. That's
everybody
true.
relax.
Do you think it was messy for him to jump into a relationship that early? I know this is personal. It's none of our business. So this is just because I think there's also people that maybe feel a bit scorned. That's like, how do you go from a 7-year relationship, maybe a couple months, and then you're in a new relationship? And I think that's a lot of where like there's no way that it just happened to be he found and met and fell in love with Sohee that quickly after. Like there had to be like, I think a lot of people think that is what happened.
I think like it all depends on how their relationship ended, I guess. Because like I know some relationships were over like months before they actually ended their relationship. So like I'm wondering if maybe that's what it was for him. And it's like I have kind of like already checked out. And now I'm like I've checked out long enough, or we both have checked out long enough that it's like I'm ready to move on to like maybe like date around.
Interesting. That is pretty interesting because I was like thinking like to your point, like how it ended and what terms they were on and how they both felt, I feel like also plays a role in Hyeri's initial response. Because I feel like, I don't know, like, again, you could just feel like kind of hurt that, like, your 7-year relationship is already in a new relationship. Like, it's like, dude, take a, like, break. But also, maybe she was like, it was like, oh, we broke up because he's checked out. But then when she heard this, she was like, he wasn't checked out. He was checked into another hotel. And so that's why he immediately, because I was like, I feel like there had to be some animosity there for her to immediately be like, so you did cheat on me. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of interesting. I don't know. Andre says, I mean, if they broke up before Han So-hee and him started dating, I don't see the problem. Like, are they even friends? Like, for it to be a girl code thing. That's true. This is interesting because I don't want to blame anyone because I feel like it's just a bunch of mistakes, but I feel like this really was started by Hyeri. Well, it was started by social media because I'm sure there's a lot of people being like, hey, your man done cheated on you, girl. You might want to. I'm sure people were knocking.
Whoever posted that first is actually the problem.
Exactly. Yeah, the invasion of privacy is actually the problem. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Junyo said that in his statement that his company was like, yeah, well, the reason why it took us so long to confirm is because the evidence was obtained, like, in proper ways. Yeah. So, yeah, but. Yeah, that sucks. I love how the dog's just there and it's like love triangle with this knife, this knifed up dog. Like, what? So yeah. So, I mean, I feel bad for her because it would suck that everything she built literally came crumbling down just because of this like silly misunderstanding and a potential just like reacting too quickly with emotions without seeing like the actual situation. But I don't know. I just feel like it will blow over, and maybe anytime she gets into any type of shady thing, like people will be like, remember when he had the knife and the dog? But yeah. Speaking of mess, why is this like Sue? Yeah. Okay, y'all. So for the next and last topic, I did want to talk about this messy situation that's happening with Kim Saeron and Kim Soohyun, which is kind of, in turn, I think, tarnishing both of their images, depending on who you ask. But basically, and for the girls who know, what was the first thing everyone who was second-gen K-pop stan thought when we saw this? Everyone put your answers in the chat because there's a right answer. But
that needs to be deleted from history.
God, this shows how strong IU is because I feel like no other. Well, let's get into it. Anyway, girls and guys. So this went up. This was dropped. This was released. This was presented to us. I think it was on Sunday, so pretty soon. So essentially what happened is the actress, I was about to say disgraced actress, but that seems kind of dramatic, but she got into a DUI. a few years ago. So for some background
Is she?
Kim, yeah, for some
Is she
background,
like 12?
she's not 12. She's like 22, maybe 21.
So isn't that even worse? Wait, that's the same.
Oh wait, that is true. That is kind of true.
She was drinking underage?
Ooh, wow. Well, ooh. Well, no. What's the drinking age in Korea? Is it 21?
You said 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was 2022. Yeah, but for some background for you guys who aren't familiar with it, she was a child actress. She was part of the big three child actresses. Was it Kim Yoo-jung and Kim Soohyun? I remember her name is very similar to Soohyun. Kim Soohyun, and he's Soohyun, right? Yes. Okay. Correct. So basically, she was one of the big three where people were like, "Oh, they're gonna eat up the industry when they're adults," But that didn't happen, especially because in 2022, Kim Saeron got into a DUI, a drinking and driving accident, and then it was just like crazy. Like she got into this DUI, this drinking accident, and it was a mess because I think it was like she didn't. It was like reported she didn't want to take like a breathalyzer test at the time. It was like trying to give her blood. It was a mess. And obviously DUI most of the time digs you into the ground. Not everyone, but most of the time it will dig you into the ground. Your career into the ground. And then at some point she posted a picture where people interpreted it as that she was working at a cafe and had fallen on hard times or whatever. But then it turns out that picture wasn't even her at a cafe. It was like a friend's cafe. And then she clapped back and she was like, well, I never said that. You guys assumed that I was struggling financially or whatever. Like, whatever. So it's been really, really messy. Basically what happened is that she uploads this picture to her Instagram. And as you can see, it's a very strangely intimate, in my opinion, a picture of her and 31-year-old. Actually, is he 31 now? I think he's 31 now.
Is he?
I know he's considerably older than her, and this was like, they said that this was from 2019, I believe. So
yeah, I was gonna say he's 36. I was gonna be like, okay. I swear he's older.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa.
Way older.
Whoa.
Not way older.
I just assumed he was like 30 because I know he was in that Dream High with Susie. So he was. Okay, let me stop. But yeah. So this picture was it? Okay. Can you double check if they saying this picture came from 2 years ago or 2019? Because it is extra concerning if it was 2019. I mean, it's concerning regardless. But anyway, it's this picture where they're like face to face and like it's, I don't know, it's looking very suspect or whatever. And what makes it worse is that she uploads it causes this frenzy, and within like 3 minutes she deletes it. So now everyone's like, are they dating? What kind of, like, this seems like a very intimate picture. Are they dating? There's like a multitude of reasons why that would be inappropriate. I believe they were in the same label at one point, which was his label. So that would also be really shady if there was anything like dating or whatever. His company did deny that that they were dating, and I believe she released a statement also denying it as well. But I feel really bad because basically somehow Kim Soohyun is it's actually kind of messy. A lot of people, I think, immediately, due to her current image with like the DUI and the whole cafe scandal, were like, she's just doing this for attention. She's just like trying to start stuff. They keep calling it a self-dating scandal because she dropped the picture that would have exposed them or whatever. But I mean, there are also people with concerns being like, the age gap is insane. If they were dating at any point, that would have been hella inappropriate on Kim Soohyun's like side. And you know, especially if she was in his company or whatever, there's just so many things wrong with that. So I do think it is tarnishing, like it's making people examine them both negatively. But obviously, since she was the one who uploaded it accidentally or what have you, she's getting a lot of the flack as well. One thing that I thought was kind of interesting is that I guess an old interview resurfaced that Kim Soohyun did, where when he was 24, he was being interviewed, and they asked him if he was like, you know, he desired to get married or whatever. And he was like, well, originally I wanted to get married by the time I was 36, but I don't think that's going to happen. So instead, I will probably get married when I'm 41. And he implied something about getting married to a 21-year-old when he was 41. But a lot of people are saying was out of context because at the time he was 24. So a 24-year-old getting married to a 21-year-old isn't weird. So maybe there was logic. Also, his fans are around that age or whatever. But like, you know, that would have been somebody who was like currently like in kindergarten. Like if he was gonna. So now people are like, oh no, he meant that shit.
Maybe he was joking.
That's true. I was trying to see if I could find the original source to see what the context is. And it might have well been a joke, but obviously in the context of this picture, people are like, perhaps. But who sets up to be a predator? He's like, oh, let me, like, I'm young right now, but I can't wait till I'm 41 to date 21-year-olds who are currently only 3 years younger than me. Like, oh.
I think it's just because it's such a common trope of, like, old men just dating younger people, so maybe he was just like, yeah, when I'm 40, I'll also be one of those people that just start randomly dating younger people for no reason.
Not Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio young setting a precedent. A mess. A mess. Marshmallow says, low key, if it's true they dated, I would be creeped. He is like 36 and she is like 23. I mean, especially because they were saying this is an old picture, so the age gap would have been, you know, as she is younger, the age gap becomes even grosser because it's like she's closer to being a teenager. So it's really messed up. But I mean, it's kind of two situations because like I said, her image isn't the best right now, so a lot of people are saying this was for attention, this was, you know, she purposely was trying to shake the table or whatever. But I think regardless, that doesn't change the fact that this picture is really weird.
This picture, I feel like there's ways to excuse it. Like, to me, it looks like she just like randomly was just like, come here, and then took a picture, and then that was like, she could have just done that. To me, like, compared to like the Eunhyuk and IU thing, this looks like there's excuses that I could see happening. While with the other picture, I was like, you're in your pajamas. What's going on? What's going on in this picture?
He was visiting her in the hospital, remember? If you guys... I don't know if anyone said it in the chat. Did anyone guess correctly? In the chat. So for the, you know, nursing home K-pop stans, such as ourselves, I feel like we immediately, like before I even really got the story, I was like, this is giving Eunhyuk and IU vibes. So if y'all don't know, back in 1944, IU had done, no, because it was ancient. It must have been. Do you know what time? Can you look up what the year it was? I think it was 2010.
I guess it's like 2014. Oh, no, whoa.
I know, because I don't think IU was that established just yet.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was still like a toss-up as to who they wanted to drag for this.
2012.
2012? Okay. That's like you and
Then
I.
we were in the middle.
Yeah, we split the difference. So this, I'm sorry, but this is just, girl, I don't know.
Like, this looks, there's no excuse that I can think of like, why are you guys that close? Like,
that's true.
Are you laying down?
It's giving very horizontal energy. But this had shook the table, which is literally IU image titanium. Because girl, how do you come a Suju member in 2000? This was Mr. Simple era. This was Bonamana era. All right. And she came through. I mean, there was definitely like slut shaming and stuff like that. I feel like this got revisited at some point too.
Yeah.
But I forget when and why. But, you know, this picture dropped. People were like, this was when people were thoroughly gagged when idols were dating. Like, now it's like you get gagged, but it's like, okay, we've had a lot of idol couples, a lot of ones that just dated freely. But this was, like, crazy. And the age gap, what was the age gap here? Because I know IU is, like, 93. Yeah.
Eunhyuk's, like, 80... Oh!
That's already too large. That's already too large. That's already, as soon as you say an 8.
It's definitely, I don't think it was 10 years at least.
Oh god,
so that's so
I don't think so. But obviously this was gagged. But I feel like
86.
Not 10 years, 7. And she would have been quite young. Because if this was 2000, can we throw him in jail retroactively? Oh my god. Wait, no, I'm trying to
think. He's my fave. I can't let him go.
But he was no. I remember it. Okay, did he get hate for this? You can be real.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay.
I wasn't into Super Junior at this time, so like I didn't really follow what was happening.
Okay. I'm trying to calculate that, but I'm like struggling. So if she was born in 93 and this was taken in 2012, she would have been 19.
So
and he would have been 26.
26, yeah.
I mean, listen, this is what I don't know. Come thither. Listen, I'm trying to like make them talk about like an 8-10-year-old scandal. That's well, okay. I think this all also ties into where we repeatedly see these very young idol actresses or female idols step out with men that are like 10, 15, 30 years their age, and it's very concerning, especially considering some of the ways that, you know, we've heard older male idols or older male seniors will bounce after young like girls. Who was it? Like I think it was like Produce 101, where one of the like the first season, I think it was Mirio from Brown Eyed Girls. I believe she was one of the like mentors. Somebody from Brown Eyed Girls, I believe, was saying that she had like men in her life, like famous guys who were like bugging her to give the contact information of these girls, the young girls on Produce 101. And it's like, uncles to the left, these uncles have the audacity, like, get your ancient artifact ass away from these young women. Stop. It's gross. Like, why?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's always that, like, you know, but we don't know what this is. Like, we honestly don't know what this gives. So, I think, did she make a statement? I think she had like a press conference or something. Or she said she would speak on it, but I don't know if let me see if I can find it. But yeah, this just like shocked me though, because I was like, where is this coming from? This is a lot. Okay, Kim Soo. Dang, they're so. And I feel like a mess. So so his agency said that they're not dating. What does. She disappeared. The fans began to notice. Okay. Has she said it? Sorry, I'm gonna pull chat. Has she said anything official about it or about why it got uploaded?
It's funny that she like literally just came back to Instagram apparently.
Really? She was like,
in December of last year.
Come back with a bang. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll wait for her reason behind that. Kind of messy, but I don't know.
Maybe she thought it was cute. She was like, yeah, just
absolutely not. We think so. Well, maybe actually you're right, because now that you do, because I think I first saw this picture in the context of it already knowing that it was a scandal and it was causing an issue. So I feel like that kind of colored the way I saw this. But now that you mention that maybe it's not as whatever as scandalous looking if you are looking at it like from a neutral lens. Maybe she was like, oh, I'm about to eat the girls up with this one. I don't know. She definitely ate the girls up.
And then she was like, not what I was expecting. I'm just gonna just disappear.
Oh, if that is true that she just threw this up because she was like, I'm bored. Let's see what happens. I know Kim Soohyun's in a frenzy. He's like, girl, now why am I in it? Now why I have to be in it?
I took this one picture with you, sir. Like, what is happening? We met once. How dare.
Okay. Well, that is it for the hot topics. But wait a second. Reporting live. It's Jazz with the Shoe Minute. Oh wait, let me play the theme song.
No.
What? Okay, wait. That's 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 actually out of control for me to do because it is. Oh, let me let you tell it. Oh, not this picture. Oh, there we go.
How dare this man just turned 36 and you're just calling him. Technically, it's tomorrow if you're in the U.S. But yeah, he just turned 36 on the 26th. It's great.
Wow, his kids must be so happy.
36, 34. Look at me not knowing his age. I'm aging him up.
Kim Soohyun. He's
34. Like... It's like, wait, math. I was like, that does not make sense that he's 36. Oh my god,
he's almost 40.
Because then how old am I?
That's true. He's almost 49 years old. I saw somebody say that. No, I'm sick. No, I'm sick of y'all around. Y'all need to go back to math class because y'all are so out of control with rounding. I saw somebody say it was like a 34-year-old and they were doing something messy and they're like, they're damn near 40. I'm like, wait. Because carrying the... No. How the hell do you round 34? Literally, there's one rule with rounding. If it's 5, you go up. If it's not, you go down. I was like, y'all are out of control with this rounding. Like, it's like, what? So a 12-year-old is 20? Like, what's going on? Like, y'all are just making everything up. It's a mess. I'm angry at it. So let me not do Schumann like that because the light bills were paid on time this week. So, I have to. He got a little birthday allowance, so he decided to send it this way. Thank you. Thank you, Schumann.
Well, for his birthday, he did like a birthday event on the weekend. And he was just like basically, I think, Chen showed up. That was the person that he had like bring out his cake and whatnot. He also did a lot of like dance challenges. He did like the smoke challenge. He did Don't Go Insane with the belt one. Like, you know that one?
What is that? I did see that, but I'm confused as to what I'm viewing.
I see it a lot. It's like a DPR Ian, I think. There was like a cleaner version, like where it's just like no belt, and then eventually I guess somebody did a belt version, and now there's like one with a belt where it's like you do all this stuff and you like tie up your hands. It's very,
I'm scared.
So he did the one with the belt, and he was like saying like apparently the day before he fell asleep with the belt because he was like practicing so much.
That's so cute.
So I was like, oh, that's cute. What else happened?
Sorry, let me.
Oh, he was doing like he like did like different famous, not memes, but like pictures or gifs of him. So like the one where he had like confetti on his hair, which some people say is like the original ending fairy, but like I don't know if it really is. But like he did that. He did some aegyo that he did when he went to what's that school TV show? It's like they dress up in school uniforms. I forgot what it's called.
Knowing Brothers or whatever.
Yeah. When he went on Knowing Brothers, he did like some aegyo thing, and then he reenacted it, but it was like cute. It's him and Chen.
Them Chen looking not a day over 25, so don't let them tell you any different. There's him. Okay, this is the first time I've ever seen this in full because I usually skip when I see it. Whoa, you can asphyxiate yourself with this dance. I'm sorry, Susan. I'm sorry, I didn't know he was chippendailing here. We all need to stand up, y'all. We all need to stand up. Okay, I'm excited for the smoke challenge because I was obsessed with this during the era. Oh, okay. I thought that was he was doing the rap cover of it too.
Imagine.
Light it up. That was pretty good. Oh, okay. Original choreo at the end. That little jellyfish moment.
It makes me. I was thinking he was doing the Don't Go.
Oh, but that was good.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I was afraid that he was gonna do the Tyla water challenge.
Did he do a version of that? But it was like a sped up thing, but it wasn't the actual dance that's popular. It was like a random dance that I don't know.
Okay, that's because I was gonna say
I didn't like it because I was like, what is that? I don't know. It's
he,
not the actual water dance.
he didn't want to put Wendy to shame, like
Honestly,
tended.
that's what I was like.
So,
When I first clicked on it, I was like, are you gonna put her to shame? I'm not ready. Because I do
imagine.
think he would be able to.
Dang, have some faith in Wendy. Actually,
Wendy's not a dancer.
I guess that's true. All right, well, he just has like, all of a sudden like a big ass, and they're like, oh my god, and he's like,
Imagine. Have you seen like the thing where it's like Taeyong, he was like doing a Jessie dance or whatever, and he had like freaking stuff in his butt to make it look big, and he was doing the dance, and then Jessie came in.
oh, I think I did see that. Was this on TikTok? Because his TikTok is out of control. Actually,
He's
like,
crazy.
I thought I was gagged because he was announced that he was going to the army, and he was just posting on TikTok like it was another Tuesday. Like he was like, "Hey girls, what's up? We out here." And I was like, "Sir, you are going to the army in T-minus 15 days. Act like it."
He's like, that's why I gotta keep going every day. New video.
Like people were crying in the comments, and he was like looking at the like screen and just like making cute faces. It's like, but they're literally pouring out their heart and soul to you. What's going on?
He's like, I do not care. Like, I'm leaving. I'm just trying to do what I can.
It's like I'm already checked out mentally, so I don't know what you want from me.
It's like listen to my song that I just released, and that's about it.
But that's cute. Hold on, I think there's one more picture. Nope, not wrong picture.
Oop, now you put her next to it.
Listen, I had to have alternate, visuals to be able to spice it up. But yeah. Okay. Well, I would say, next up is the Shoe Minute. I mean, the Kyung second. How dare? How dare? How now, brown cow? So there is nothing. However, that's my fave. I just wanted to show the intro. But
he's doing something, isn't he?
He is, but I'm kind of checked out mentally. So we talked about this, me and him. So we know he knows.
Does he know?
How long can I be this delusional? Am I allowed? But yes, leave his baby BBL alone. Not Taeyong with the BBL. Dedication though. He's gonna get maybe that's what he's not actually going to the army. He's letting his BBL heal a little bit. All right, y'all. You know what, trailblazer if he gets a male BBL, the first K-pop idol to get a BBL. Listen, we love to see it.
Well, isn't that Jessie?
Oh, she probably would admit it, so, yeah,
I know, I think she has admitted it, hasn't she?
I think so. Queen of transparency. All right, guys, it's time for open bar. Hold on. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. Y'all, I forgot to hook up my Streamlabs. All right, y'all, it's time for open bar where we talk about all of the topics that we did not talk about yet, and we want to talk about that happened this year. So get the convo started in the chat. But I did want to mention, first of all, Jihyo said, "You think I'm gonna not be without a hot guy? Some arm candy?" Sick. No, of course I will. And it was revealed that she has been dating, I think his name is Yoon Sung Bin. He's an Olympian, a gold medalist. They said he was a skeleton man or whatever. I don't know what that sport is.
Oh, the skeleton, where it's just like your
like
body.
Bobsled?
No, but it's like just your body. It's like more dangerous.
Oh.
Because you don't have like the sled, I think. It's like skeletons, like just this. There's another one where it's like you're on your stomach. What? And that's even more dangerous.
Absolutely not. Why are we trying to kill them? Why is just like hurling towards your death an Olympic sport? I want to end it. Skeletons. That's crazy. But apparently he's literally a Renaissance man because people were saying he was on Physical 100. He's a newscaster. But yeah, it was revealed that she was dating this athlete and they've been dating for a year. So that's very slayful of her. Of course, people, brought up that she dated Kang Daniel at one point, and people are saying they favor each other. So 2 for 2, girl. Not an ugly man in sight. Congrats. Were you the one who showed me that thing where like people are going on fan calls with different female idols and they're like, please don't date an ugly man?
No, wait.
There's, I don't know if it's the same person. I don't know if it's apparently on fan calls, people are holding up signs, and there's like one where Sulgi is reacting to it. I think Yua, from Oh My Girl, maybe it might be somebody else, and then Wendy was the one that I saw, and it was like people holding up signs like, please don't date an ugly man, and they'll all read it and they'll just start bursting out laughing, and I'm like, damn.
It's kind of something that would get so messy as a response. It's just like, so I won't be dating you, is what you're saying.
Stop.
Thank you. And then you hang up.
Honestly, the fan calls, I couldn't do it.
Crazy.
I couldn't do it. Yeah.
I was just watching a TikTok of like some guy that was like, the hardest thing of like about being a K-pop star would probably be the fan calls. Mm-hmm. And then he like reenacted some of them, like some of the Felix ones or the Vernon ones. Oh God. And I was like, I couldn't. Where it's just like, and then I think he reenacted a scene where he's just like, he answers the phone and it's like a normal conversation. She's like, yeah, how's your day? And he's like, wow, yeah, I just, it was a great day. I did this. And she's like call me Oma or something, or something like that. It was like something cringe just like came out of her mouth, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. 2024, let's keep our fantasies on Wattpad, all right? We don't need to bring because you don't need to bring the delusions in front of the person you're being delusional about. But like I think there also needs to be a study on the type of idol that just receives out of pocket fan calls. Like, not only because those fan calls aren't just recorded for everybody. If it's posted and we saw it, it's because the person recorded themselves and somehow released it in a way that other people could re-upload it. So like whoever was there was proud of what they accomplished that evening, and I'm just very confused as to why you would want us to see a video of Vernon cringing as you call him daddy or some shit like that. Like, why did we have to? Why are you accosting us? Like, that was mean. I was having a good day, and then that came out on my feed, so you have to answer. But I'm surprised that Mingyu doesn't have completely like just like down bad, like catastrophe us, like deplorable fan calls too, because y'all act like that on TikTok, like to me, like I see you be like incredibly so I'm really surprised. But there needs to be a study as what type of idols receive those and why we think they have these type of, because everyone has like very thirsty fans, like all types of idols too, but the ones that are like, let me wear lingerie to this fan call, why? Who knows? What do I think's gonna happen? I don't know. But the lingerie,
I hope they don't get like the chance to be like called again.
Oh yes. I yeah, there needs to be like a, like when somebody steals from a store and they like put a wanted poster. wanted the lingerie bandit. Yeah.
So can't you just look at who you invited for that time slot? No need for the wanted signs that no one's gonna see.
That's true. That lingerie girl probably comes in with like a cowboy hat and a mustache next time. Like, howdy, Vernon. I hope you
like
hate
this lingerie. Just lifts up her shirt like whoop.
No, because that is assault. Like, I swear, like you cannot show somebody your lingerie unprovoked. What the hell is wrong with you? Leanne mentioned Chung's comeback. You put that in the thing. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it, but I heard that she's eating the girls up per usual. Did you think it was good?
Yeah, and then Hongjung from ATEEZ.
Oh.
He had a good rap.
Oh, he was in it.
Rap a lot. Yeah, he rapped for it.
Wait, what's the connection there? Her and ATEEZ? Or is it just random?
I guess random. Maybe they're the same age. How old is she?
Oh. 1996, I think. So like maybe 27?
Yeah, I know. She's older.
Than him.
Yeah. So I don't know.
How old is the oldest one in ATEEZ? Like, what are their ages?
Hongjung and Songhwa. are 25.
Oh, okay.
6.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
They're
5.
babies.
Wait, what's math? How old am I?
29.
They're gonna be.
They're
They're
gonna be.
25, but they're gonna be 26.
What year were they born? That just is easier for me. 98.
4 years.
98 babies are going to be 20. Y'all,
Yeah.
I'm sick. I'm sick of talking about ages. I'm actually gonna like decease. But yeah. Daisy says, and sadly it's the same crazed folks who do the fan calls over and over again. I did see, like, I didn't get too much into it because, you know, no shade to anyone else, but I don't think I'd like, I mean, guys, I don't think I'd ever be interested in doing a fan call. Like, I just don't feel interested in talking to anyone. Like, I don't know what I would say. Like, you know, I just wouldn't be very interested. But, like, I did, like, see some of the discourse, especially when those cursed Vernon fan calls were making the rounds. And, like, people are like, oh, yeah, there's, like, people who are, like, TikTok famous for always being successful with getting into fan calls. And I'm just like, I guess it's the same thing with fan signs where you have to, like, buy stuff. So it's kind of just that extended to, like, international crowds or whatever. But I'm just like, that seems crazy. Like, I don't know. It seems like a lot. But yeah. Speaking of comebacks, the controversial, I don't know, new hype group Illit debuted with Magnetic. And y'all, that chewed a tad. Like, I liked, it was a catchy song. But of course, there's a lot of controversy there for a lot of reasons. Apparently, so the girlies are saying that the show that formed Islet, what? Islet? Islet? Is that it really? Islet? Yeah. What was the show? I actually don't know what the show was called, but apparently it was rigged. Now, what I remember was that it wasn't rigged, but it was like, they were like, all right, fans vote, and we'll like choose like 2 of the people y'all vote, and then the rest is going to be chosen by the like professionals that are there. I heard that was what it was. And I heard that if I remember correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, but the controversy was that like they never mentioned that like ultimate, but I might be, I don't remember for sure, so maybe you guys can correct me. But I think the big thing was that they're extremely young, and then also some of them aren't very talented. I think there's like one member that people are specifically angry with because they think that she was completely like put in just for her visuals and she didn't have much stage presence or whatever. When I was watching the video, they all seemed fine. Like, I don't know.
Which girl?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's the girl. She literally looks like she was in kindergarten yesterday. The girl who's on the thumbnail, I'm guessing. Yes, please. But yeah, agreed. I don't, what is their actual age rate? Is somebody really 11 in this? Or was somebody just saying that? I know, because the thing is...
Okay, the youngest is...
Stop. Do not say it's not...
Huh?
Is it a 201 digit?
No.
Okay,
I was gonna... We're not there yet. We're getting close. Because it's 2008.
Okay, that's the youngest member?
Yes.
That is scary. And I agree. I'm not standing kindergartners. But I found it interesting that people are like a roar for this group. But one of the members of New Jeans was literally born in 2009. So is it because we like New Jeans music that people ignore?
Is there?
Yeah, the youngest member. I remember seeing like
It's 2009.
Yeah, like IU was like, you weren't even born when I debuted to one of them, and IU debuted.
Hyeri?
Whoever the youngest member, I don't know who the youngest.
Their names are so close to each other.
One of the H babies, but I'm like, because it seems like they're getting a lot of hate for that, and obviously I agree. I hate when they debut babies. It's weird. It's gross. It's strange because why not just wait till somebody's like just 18? Like, it's fine.
She's 2008 too.
Who?
Hyeri.
Oh, none of them are 2009? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's
she's
still
the youngest.
Stands. But I guess, like, if that's the case, I'm like, do we not care because New Jeans is famous now? Like, not to say that you have to hate anyone or whatever, but I'm just like, it seems like that is a specific reason why people don't like this group off the jump. And I'm like, but Yeah, but anyway, there's a lot of people have been comparing them to New Jeans, saying that their music sounds like New Jeans. They're a affiliate group or affiliate label or whatever of Hybe. I saw somebody get really mad because somebody said that New Jeans, you know, Le Sserafim and Illit are all Hybe groups, and people are like, it's not the same. And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess in theory, especially Illit, they were formed very differently, but it's like they're all Hybe, so they all get Hybe privilege is the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like the song, but I think there was a couple points where it's like, if this song, because it seems like it's getting pretty good attention, but it seems like a song that people would ignore if it wasn't from a group that was under a big label, which I can, even as somebody who thinks the song's catchy, I can definitely agree with. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to mention that because it just seems like really Are You Next? Thank you, Allie. Are You Next was but
that's where they're from?
Yeah.
Oh, I did hear about there being like a really young person. They were like, don't let that girl in.
It is very strange for a multitude of reasons. Like young. Because if I was 8, I feel like, yeah, don't let that person in for a multitude of reasons. First of all, they have so many, like, literally a 13-year-old or however freaking long, if that person was 11, that's actually so insane and strange. But, like, you could literally debut them in 7 years and they would still be a freaking minor. 6 years and still be a minor. Like, stop this. Like, stop. No one needs to debut at 11. What possibly could be the benefit of debuting somebody 11, 13, 14? And I say this as, like, you know, somebody who's a BoA stan, did that same crap too. First of all, there's been this thing that I've been seeing on Twitter where people act like this is a new phenomenon. It definitely is not a new phenomenon. Some people who are like in their late 30s, 40s were literal children, like 13-year-olds when they debuted. Queen of K-pop BoA was literally 13, so it is not a new thing, but it is weird. I think Taemin was 14. He was pretty young too. I think so. He
wasn't FX young?
Yeah, I think they were 15 though, if I remember.
That's so young.
That is still young, but you know,
the fact that I always look at their career and think like, wow, your career's like as a group is like ending as I'm just starting to get an actual job and we're the same age.
That's true.
How does that make any sense?
That is so true. It is so weird. Part of me is just like, hey, that's kind of slay though. Like, not child labor, but like, you know, if I could like work my butt off for like 7 years young and then like I retired at 21. I'm like, hey, let me live it up. But yeah, it is very strange. Don't get me wrong. But it's not, I'm not condoning it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's weird. And I think as I get older, I can appreciate how weird it is. I think before it was like you said, I'm like, dang, look at these people that are my age doing all this great stuff. Like, oh my, I see like people all the time being like, oh my God, like this person who was born in 2001 in like this group is like doing so much. Like, I'm such a failure. And I'm like, no, you're the normal one.
Yeah.
Just go to homeroom, you know, like please.
Not homeroom.
Please don't compare yourself to these idols. These are very extraordinary situations. No one expects you to be a millionaire at 18, 19, 20, not even 30. Okay. So please don't compare yourself to these people. But it is very strange that these people, you know, are debuting so young. And I don't know, like people be like, oh, well, we need people who like young people can relate to. I just don't buy it. Like some of the biggest groups, like I'll say SNSD, I think most of them were 18 when they debuted. The younger ones, I think, were like 17, 16. And that was one of the biggest groups ever.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see the benefit. Like, even if you want to do the whole growing with the group thing. But yeah. Andre says, I mean, I would sooner want a group to be mainly formed with professionals forming them versus a fan vote because they vote on visuals. Or they vote on visuals, then they need to...
I don't know. After Vicha, which I just revisited recently, I don't trust professionals.
That's true. I feel like professionals drop the ball. But I do think, has there ever been a group that, like, it was professionally chosen? Like, you know, like, whether it was on a reality show or not. And it was just like, none of these people can sing or dance well. Like, I feel like usually they're like, even if it's just like 2 or 3 people, somebody has to sing. Somebody has to do the harmonies. So we cannot just have a bunch of people who can't sing just because they look a certain way, I feel.
Yeah. But it should be like a mix.
Honestly, I think that's true. Like, I mean, I think that's a good point. Like, I like the idea of like the public getting to choose some of the members and then the company getting to choose some of the members, because I feel like ultimately it creates like a balance of like, if people choose the members and it's too much, we just wanted pretty people and people who aren't talented, then the company can correct and be like, all right, we can, you know, make sure this is padded with people who can sing and dance and hit all the like what we would usually look for if we were forming a group behind, you know, closed doors. But similarly, if like the public is good with picking a lot of talented people, it's like, okay, let's pick some people that will get us like the CF deals and things like that and go into acting and stuff. So I feel like it actually is good, so it can be like a balance, and if any correction needs to be made, so it makes a balanced group that can happen. But I don't know. I mean, Eyes on was rigged and y'all love them. So I don't know.
I think they need to have like a new one where they like separate everybody out into like what they think they fit in. Like, just have the visual so I know like what I'm looking at. It's just, you're looking for visuals. Like, I get it.
Off.
The visuals, then you have your singers competing against each other, the dancers competing against each other.
Interesting.
And whatnot.
That would actually be really interesting. So it's like literally it's not like I'm like fighting the visuals to get a spot. I just have to be the best dancer or the most like dancer out of all the dance. That would be, do you think that would be better or worse? Because now it's like, I'm assuming it's like everyone's role gets like a one, like if it's like a 5-person group, there's one visuals out of the visual group, there's one singer out of the singing group, there's one dancer out of the dancing group, and then whatever else. But then it's like all those talented dancers, because they weren't the most talented, they don't get any.
That's why you choose like, maybe it's like top 2, or maybe you take a little bit more of the dancers versus the visuals. I don't know, like one visual, because you only need one. Like, what are we doing? Why do we need like multiple? Just get one. Dancers, you know, get like 2, 3. Depends on the size of the group, I guess. And you need like 2 vocalists.
Yeah, 2 vocalists and then strong, and then other like lead. Well, it's hard though, because like, what if somebody's like really like, okay, visually oriented, but they can also sing and dance? Like, what would they be now? Because I feel like if they're putting the singers,
well, then they are better as a visual.
I guess that's true.
You put yourself in the visual competition, so you don't have to compete with the dancers and the singers. You're like, oh, I'm a visual, because if you look beautiful, like, great, but then if you can sing and dance on top of that, then it's like, she's a talented visual.
That's true.
So she's on top.
You know what? It's a deal. Let's get this into production.
ABC, come on. Disney,
not ABC.
Get on top of this.
Let's go. All right. So you don't have to go home. I swear you don't. But you gotta Thank you guys so much for joining us once again at the Sleepy Idol. It is always lovely to see you guys' faces, or I guess we don't see you guys' chats and talk about K-pop. Jazz, is there anything you want to leave the people with before we go for the night?
I'm trying to think of, like, I have 2 things that I've been watching that people might be interested in. I don't know if anyone cares about Nickelodeon or like child stars in general, but there's like The Quiet on Set.
I'm scared.
Which is like, I watched the first 2 episodes with my sister, and they're pretty interesting, like the things that like went on. And I think apparently there's going to be more episodes coming out in April.
I heard it was like a limit, like 5 episodes in total, I think.
Oh, is it? Because they released 4.
Oh.
And then in April, I don't know if it's just maybe 1 extra episode in April. But there's something else coming out, apparently. But that's pretty interesting. And if you just want something funny, I've been watching Girls 5 Eva, which is very funny.
What is that about?
It's about like a girl group from the 90s that like, I guess they broke up, and now they're like, they had like a resurgence because like a rapper used like their song as like a sample, and so like they had like a resurgence, and they're like, maybe we should get back together as a group. So it's like basically just that, and it's like pretty funny. And it's like it has Sarah Bareilles,
Oh, okay.
It has I keep always keep forgetting her name.
Satisfied. I will never be
Yes,
Yes,
her,
I saw that
yeah.
and I
Why can't
gagged.
I always forget her name? I keep want to call her Audra McDonald
Who's
because of
that?
she's the lady from Annie.
Who plays Annie?
No, she plays like the the nice lady.
Oh, her.
She also did like Porgy and Bess. She's like a black um Broadway person,
Mm,
which is why I probably could be confused. But like,
you think all black people look the
they
same?
also kind of just look similar to me. But she's in there, satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
um,
I love that
who
song. But yeah,
else?
I saw a poster for it and I was like, this looks very funny. And I see this
It's really
satisfied
funny.
lady, but yeah, I need to, yeah. I will
Renee
say,
Elise Goldsberry, that's her name.
yes, that is a long, illustrious
That's why I keep
name.
forgetting.
But she's such a queen. I think her performance in Satisfied is so good. Like, oh God, I cry
Yeah,
every single time. When it gets to the
your character's
end.
funny.
I never actually, oh, in the show. When you
Yeah,
talk,
because she
okay.
also sings very well in this, but like she's very dramatic. So she sings a lot just randomly
I gotta
and
watch
just like
that.
strong.
I gotta watch that. Oh, I wanted to say about the Quiet on Set documentary. Dan Schneider,
Crazy.
you did you see that he got the freaking guy, hot dog selling guy from like, I don't even know,
To
Drake and
interview
Josh.
him?
Yeah, and he was just like, oh yeah, I owed a lot of people apologies, and I
Yeah.
just have. Here's the thing that annoys me when people apologize for doing like shitty shit, because even like all like the, and I don't even mean to like excuse it, but all the like gross jokes and how like the shit that kids were exposed to, and like his like temper tantrums aside, the stories about how he would like treat the women, and how like he was like telling people to eat bites of ice creams, like, dude, that was straight
Yeah.
up bullying. And you don't get to just sit there and be like, I was out of control. No, you were crazy. You were on a power trip. Like, don't act like
Yeah.
you had a gun to your head and somebody was like, be an asshole quick. No, you
Yeah.
chose to be an asshole because you knew we weren't checked. You weren't going to be checked. And that pisses me off, because that means like this is how you acted when you had like limited like power, because you were the successful like TV show creator. Nobody was going to check you, even though you were shady and gross or whatever. You decided to go
Yeah.
off the rails. So it's like, now that you don't have that much power, or like you can be called out and actually reprimanded, all of a sudden you want to be like, oh well, I don't know. No, you did know. You were just being an asshole. Like, you chose to be an asshole. You didn't care. So don't try to act like we should have some type of sympathy, or oh, no, you were a terrible person. Please stand in that at least. Like, that's the thing that
Yeah.
annoys me when people are caught, because it's like, if no one ever had a problem with this, like they did, like
You
when, yeah.
sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
About what?
Oh, sorry. Were you gonna?
I said he would not be sorry. Because he's not
Exactly.
sorry.
Exactly. And so it's just like, it just pisses me off that you even have the audacity to come here and declare, yeah, no, sir, you better find a remote island and live there for the rest of
Oh
your
my God.
life. Society doesn't want your ass. That just
I
pisses me
know.
off.
One
Yeah.
thing that annoyed me, I guess it's a little spoiler, is that like he hired like two girls um as like writers, and he was like, or somebody, I don't know if maybe he didn't have control of it. I'll give him that little bit of grace. But like they were told, "Oh, are you okay with like just having half, like sharing half your salary with the other girl?" As they're
Um,
being hired, that's what they're being told, is that they get half the salary and share it. And it's just like
how
one
is
more,
that
and I
even?
feel bad because like of course they accept it because they're saying like, oh yeah, this is my first big break. Like I was like working for like years to try and like be on like work for television,
Mhm.
and so like of course I said yes. So like they're doing all, like they take that, and like for a year they're like sitting there with half a salary, and then they find
Girl.
out it's illegal, and then they try, like it's just the whole thing. I was just like, they were just being shady this whole entire whatever
Like,
Nickelodeon.
and what was the basis? Because they were new? Because they were women? Like,
I think it
why?
was because they were women. Because I bet you there were men that were also new that probably were just like fine.
I gotta fight him. I gotta really just fight him on the streets of, I don't even know where he lives, because that's just out of control. Like, you were just being mean for no reason. You bitter, flop, loser, freak. And, you know, I really do feel kind of sad because I've seen a lot of clips on TikTok of, like, stuff specifically like Ariana Grande, like, they would make her do or whatever, and it was just like, you know, looking back on it, it's clearly sexual undertones. And I feel bad because she hasn't spoken up about this. I don't think Amanda Bynes has either, but like specifically
Amanda, have you seen her TikToks?
I haven't seen her TikToks, but I know she's like, you know, kind of going through it mentally, so maybe she's not.
She seems, well, I was gonna say, like, she seems like she doesn't really, I don't know if she like looks online as much. Like the way that her videos, they seem so wholesome, because it's usually just like her like, hey guys, I'm thinking of dyeing my hair like orange, so let me know what you think, and then she'll end it there.
Oh,
it's just like, it's so cute.
Well, that's good, because the fuck this, or oops, beep this beep. But yeah, it just makes me sad because it's like with Ariana Grande, it's like she's inadvertently having to be pulled into this because she was exploited. But it's like, like that might be painful for her to see this documentary, like showing all this crap she had to do now with the new context of like what was actually going on and stuff. And it's like, I know a lot of people are like, speak out. And it's like, you have to remember this is a traumatizing for a lot of people, and like it would be great if we could expose everyone and have everyone speak out, but for a lot of people it's like they don't want to have to relive that or whatever, and then like it's behind them. So remember, a lot of these people that you're screaming speak out were also victims too, but it's just so scary to see. And like, why, like, it's like, okay, you're kicking, you know, about like I saw the whole Penelope Taint thing, where it was clearly supposed to be that kind of joke, which I definitely, first of all, a lot of people were saying they thought it was Penelope Tate. I think I did too, but like, why are you
I thought it was just, I thought taint was butt, so
I
didn't know that it was like the specific body area that they said it was.
That was so weird. Like, what? Like, I mean, I feel like what child would? And that's the thing that's just so weird, that like you're making these, like, oh my god, like, I saw the one clip of when the girl from Zoe 101 was talking about the, like, joke where it, like, splurted on, like, Jamie Lynn Spears' face, that thing. I'm like, girl, like, these, like...
The things that they showed, I was like, wait, how... Me and my sister were like, wait, how did we not...
Yeah. But it's like, if you're kids, you don't even know the context of what that would be. Like, there was one thing, okay, this is totally whatever. When I was very, very young, I found Dane Cook, right? And I found him, it was like very early YouTube, his clips from like, I think he had like a skit or like a special called Vicious Circles, I believe it was called. And in this Vicious Circles, there was and I was like, I don't even know, maybe it was like 2009, I don't know, but I was very young, right? And so like I thought he was very silly, like he had very silly jokes that were very straightforward. But I remember this whole thing kind of made me recall how he had this one joke where he talked about how like, you know, when you go into the theater, their like floors are so sticky or whatever, and like that's gross or whatever. So, you know, because like the floor's dirty, they're littered with all this stuff, so they're sticky. And so he was like, try this funny joke. Anytime somebody like comes into like a theater and is like, you know, shuffling, getting into their seat, and they, you know, start like feeling the ground, and they're like, oh yeah, the ground's so sticky, go over to them and poke them on the shoulder and be like, oh sorry, I just came. And I never understood that joke. I was like, came where? Like, I literally was like, what? No. Like, and that was one of the only jokes I did not get, but like the crowd erupts and I'm just like, I don't think I get, like, what is that? And just thinking about, I had no context to even know what that meant, right? Because I was, and I probably wasn't even that young. I was probably like 14. Well, I guess that is young or whatever. But like to think that you were being subjected to that, like participating in those kind of jokes when you would just have no context as to why that was weird or why it was dirty. That's just so awful for you to do and make kids and it's like, if you wanted to make jokes like that, why not just go right for an adult show? Like, why would you need to bring children into it? It's so sick. I hate his ass. And don't even get me I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna stop right there because, you know, some of that. I mean, the other dude, I will kill him.
The ones that
I see, yes, I will kill him. okay, let me not make threats. Just kidding, I won't kill anyone. But, you know, that just made me sad. And just, I don't know, hearing about how, like, so many people were like, this is kind of wrong, but felt like, oh, if I say anything, I'll lose my job or I'll lose this opportunity. That's just so sick. And it's just like, I'm sorry, Dan Snyder, you don't get to sit there and be like,
don't bring in Dan Harmon.
I know, sorry. But yeah, Andrew says, like, that one kid from All That was like covered in peanut butter and they had dogs lick it off of him, just goes on all accords. Yeah,
there was one where they had to pour sugar in their mouths, apparently. And I was like, why would you actually put sugar in there? Like,
I need Dan Harmon's head on a stake.
Swallow it. I was like, what's happening?
That I remember that skit, and you know,
me too.
It was very loud is funny type humor or whatever. But when he was like talking about how like they were actually, I assume it was just like and like you let it fall out, but they were actually. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was a drool.
Yeah. That was disgusting.
It was like it coagulated. I was like, oh no.
That was so disgusting. It's like, what? This is torture. Like, what? At some point, it's just really sad. It's just really sad, and I feel bad for everyone because it's like, yeah, why did I have to be traumatized to live my dreams? Like, why? That's like kind of weird. But yeah, so. I'm trying to think about
as a good fun ending.
Wait, no, you need to plug yourself.
You
need to plug yourself, girl.
Girls vibe. Okay, no, I was gonna.
Imagine.
I have a stream that is not this.
Wait, you have other streams? You know other streams? How dare you? She's cheating on us, guys.
Always. Anyway, so
giving Junior energy right now.
It's called Forfeit Gaming. If you like gaming, we play games. Recently, we only play what's it called? Oh my gosh.
Baldur's Gate.
Ooh, my brain like farted. I was gonna say Elden Ring. We do not play that. I mean, we do. When there's gonna be an actual what's it called? Extension, or I forget what it's actually called, coming out for Elden Ring. So like, we'll probably play when that comes out. But right now we're only doing Baldur's Gate. Last week, I guess yesterday we did Baldur's Gate. Last week we did Overcooked because Dan, if you know Dan, he sometimes comes in the chat. He's also part of Forfeit. He was out, so we just played a little bit of Overcooked. So that was really fun. So we just play whatever games we feel like, and soon I think we're gonna start also doing Just Talking, where we just talk about games too. So look out for those. Those might be on like Mondays or Tuesdays.
Okay.
So
listen,
every other week.
They're also starting a K-pop podcast, so guys, they're officially coming for this podcast crown.
I wish. I mean, not to come for this one.
How dare you? You're like, finally I can leave this hack of a show. I see you. I see the truth. It would be interesting. Well, because to be fair, I don't know how much Amon is into it, but Danny and Jay, they have other Jay, boy Jay. They have fraud Jay. They have not me slandering him when he can't defend himself.
And that's his real name too.
It's my real name as well. How dare?
Yes.
How now, brown cow? They're kind of into K-pop too. They know the girls. They love the fun songs. So
I like the girls, not the boys.
As they shouldn't, because no, just kidding. I say that as if like half my ultimate bias groups weren't guys, and like groups. I'm fake. I'm the fake girl group stan. The girl group stands bully on Twitter. But yes, everyone go follow Forfeit Gaming. As for me, I'm here. You can follow me on twitch.com/pinkcloud. I game sometimes. I'm gonna have more just chatting streams so I can talk about stuff. Oh, speaking of talking about stuff, y'all, because I'm an anime girly pop, there was one anime that I wanted to recommend. Oh, two. Not really recommend. I already talked about this other one.
Steins Gate?
No. We only recommend good anime here. Anyway.
Steins Gate?
Honestly, I would give Steins Gate another try. I just have
to say this every time I bring it up, and you never hear. It's been 3 years.
Okay, I never said when I was going to give it another try, okay? You know? I might live another 40 years, so I have some times.
Might. Oh my gosh.
Who knows? who knows what the future brings. But yeah, so 2, Cherry Magic, I believe it aired its last episode last week, so I still need to watch that, but I still recommend it. You can still hop on the train. And then also recently I watched My Love with Yamada-kun is Level 999. It's like it's really, really cute.
I've heard about this.
Okay, because it was one of the girls that was like one of the shoujo anime that everyone was like gagging over last year, and for some reason that made me really adverse to it, because I don't know, when something's popular I'm like, no, what if I don't enjoy it or whatever. But I decided just randomly to start it like someday a couple weeks ago, and I watched the dub. Don't stone me, please. But it was actually a pretty good dub. But it is so cute. Like, I don't know why, like, when I first watched it, I was like, this isn't giving. But, like, maybe it was the English dub or whatever. First of all, very interesting. It's a love story between a junior in high school and a freshman in college, which in theory...
I think I remember you telling me this. That's probably why I've heard it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably. That's true. Which I was like, strange, because it's only 2 years. I believe she's 19 and he's like 17 or whatever. So it's not crazy, but I'm like, it is very interesting because she's like visiting his high school festival, and I'm like, girl, stand up. Like, what's going on? But like, it's also very cute because I think even though it's like a small age gap, you don't see like a little older woman and like a younger guy or whatever. But it's very, very sweet, and I think it's very, very cute, and it's a very good like slow burn ? But I think it was a really done realistic love story, and so I don't know, I just really, really liked it, and I thought it was really funny, and not everything that I hoped to have. Oh, what I wanted to say is that it kind of, it's not, this is going to be the main plot, but it kind of shows like the cycle of love and relationships. And so while you see one love story develop at the center, you also get, I mean, this is not really a spoiler, the show starts with the female main character getting broken up with, pretty much cheated on. She has a boyfriend and they play online games together, and one day he sits her down and is like, I've fallen for somebody else. I actually met her in game, and now we're a couple, so I'm no longer going to date you or whatever. And so she gets her heart broken. So it's kind of her healing that, getting to know other people, because before she was more just playing the game as a way for her and boyfriend to bond, but now she's like, you know, kind of going off on her own in the game and meeting people herself or whatever. So then she like meets somebody in their relationship developing. But then there's also a side story with another relationship or person that's connected to that relationship in a way, and kind of how they experience like falling, like the ups and downs of a relationship when it's not as like, okay, we're end game, like kind of, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I don't know.
I know exactly how this ends now. Thank you.
Stop!
I'm kidding.
I don't want to spoil it. I mean, I think it was obvious, and I was like, oh, if this ends differently, I'm gonna be gagged. But like, I still thought it was so sad. Like, I don't know. This is why Anime Club needs to come back so I can talk about this stuff. But yeah, so those are the 2 things I'm watching. You can follow me. And thank you, Andre. I forgot to mod you. But I thought I did mod you though. But yeah, also people, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell to be notified. Oh my God, not me reading the script you laid out. Also, I've been trying to put more TikToks up, so pay attention to my TikToks too. Yes. All right. So, love you guys. Have a great rest of the night, and see you next time on the Sleepy Idol. Dream of me. Magnetic. Magnetic.
Is that how it goes?
Kind of. It's like, I just want to mag. I swear at one point they go like this. Like, they start playing, like, I'm like, okay, y'all, I get the intricate hand signals are cute, but why are we playing Cat's Cradle in the middle of the dance? Let's be for real. like, what?
That knife game.
They get out nice and they start doing hopscotch. They start playing chess in the middle of the court. Like, what? Okay. All right, y'all. See you next time. Bye. magnetic. They're going places, y'all.